This is Smithy.tv.
Hello, folks. This is Kenny Robinson. Welcome to Breaking Down the News with Kenny. Hope you missed me. I missed you. It's been, about a month. I mean, we had the Jewish high holidays, and then I went on the road, and then we had elections. So we're back, and I figure after this little hiatus, how come the other celebrities look better when they come off a hiatus? Me, you can tell I've been traveling and living hard. But anyway, I figured since I'm coming back from the hiatus, I may as well come back with a man that's never gone, Clifton Joseph.
It's nice to see you, man.
Yeah.
And I tell the people the truth. I mean, hiatus, you are off on your own high holidays.
Well, I guess so. I was pretty high in Fort St. John and pretty high in Yellowknife. And
How's the substance out in the country?
It's everywhere is everywhere. Yellowknife. It's just like, well, this is from BC. That's like saying in Toronto, this shit's from Hamilton. You know.
Dig.
So, but the liquor flowed everywhere, and people had spreading the gospel of mine. So
Jack.
Well, no, Jack, my body shrivels now. I can't handle that. But when I was in South Africa, my friend Trevor Gumby, he got me into Jameson's Irish whiskey.
Oh yeah, nice. That's cool too.
Yeah, so that's now the it's just with ice. So that's now the taste of call when I'm getting ready to tell the audience some things maybe I shouldn't.
So it's a brand new day, Ken. Let me stop you so we can talk about the brand new day.
It's
been a red roll across the country.
Everybody thought it was going to be a wave of orange crush.
Yes, so did I for a moment there, but I think Mulcair and his anti-brain thrust really messed this up.
Well, Mulcair, I was almost ready to go to Mulcair. I grew up voting NDP in Manitoba. Because that NDP was, you had got a job working in a factory. We were union kids.
Making some good money as a young man.
Yeah, you work in your summer job. Everybody else is getting minimum wage, and you're getting union hourly wage. Plus,
solidarity forever.
And if you're on the 4 to midnight shift, you got the shift bonus and all that other stuff that people don't hear about anymore. So then Jack Layton, I found him kind of a white wine spritzer socialist. To me, he always reminded me of Paul Newman in The Color of Money with that mustache. Every time I saw Jack Layton, I just thought snake oil salesman.
No. You're off base with that.
Well,
Jack
I was living in his co-op, so I didn't get to know him well.
Plus, look, Jack was the only guy I saw around town on a bicycle. I saw him on the subway.
I hate them fucking bike riders.
And
I got an automobile.
He articulated what a lot of the country needs for real. And I thought he did a massive job of taking them close. And had he been around, I believe he probably would have been able to take this one.
Maybe he could have, but I'm saying, once he was in the ground safe, I felt closer to the NDP again.
No, look.
He wasn't work boot NDP, brah. That's why I didn't have that same affection for him.
He took the party away from some of its key things, but he showed results. But Mulcair went and took it so far away that, look, you have a situation where Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, Justin Baby Trudeau is saying no deficits, while Mulcair is saying as an NDP, he's going to come in with balanced budget. We know the balanced budget is a crock of bull,
Because
right?
the budget's never going to be balanced.
Of course not.
Just like the media is never going to be fair and balanced.
So he thought that if you cannot out-liberal the liberals, so if you give the people the choices, particularly with the idea of strategic voting being trounced around it, you can't move to the center.
Strategically, everybody stepped away from him.
Yes, and even in say around Toronto, where there was no chance of the PC taking out the NDP, I didn't think, so that so much of the Toronto went to the Liberals when they didn't need to.
Montclair just didn't have the personality and the soul to keep it to inspire anybody.
Personality is one thing, because this is the other thing about the true Trudeau. To give him his credit, first of all, we have to congratulate Mr. Trudeau and the Liberal Party for this historic. They moved from 36 seats to winning another 150.
A majority
government. That's the first time since his father won majority in Quebec years ago. So, yeah. You have to give them the credit. They ran a campaign and they had a bag full of promises, Kenny, to keep.
Well, that's what it's all about, a little bit for you, little bit for you, little bit for you. But I'll tell you why I was against going with Trudeau for the longest time. Mm-hmm. Okay, that C-51,
absolutely,
that security bill,
he
and I said, well, what are we going to do that? And then with a second-tier citizenship, You know, and it was funny because most of the Muslim friends I have on Facebook, they weren't sounding off about possibilities of being deported. You know, my friends from the Caribbean, they always know there's a chance of being deported. So that wasn't new for them. But it was my friends, my white friends with the UK blood that were born in England that came here. They're the ones that had the greatest fear of being sent back to some real socialized medicine and some real hard times. They were the ones that had the fear that their freedom of speech might get them back underneath the thumb of Scotland.
But it also is, too, Kenny, a triumph of imagery.
Right.
So they did an excellent job of presenting justing until the debates. We really didn't know where the guy stood on anything, tell it the truth.
I thought that first debate he didn't have much.
No, but you learn as you go along.
Yeah.
So you just have to flash that charisma.
But even though when you think about it, when he took his shirt off and had that boxing match,
Dig, and when he
and,
had, remember he
and
had
beat
that
up
one.
that senator wife beater.
That was something else too. And of course, remember that time there was that not risque, but a little bit risque thing to the ladies. Spend the night with Justin. The ladies' night with Justin.
You know how many lesbians were MFing him on Facebook that day? And now they're all blessing him. I think he's going to flip them.
Sexy is back, as they say.
I think he's going to flip. He's going to waffle a lot of lesbians. I think he's going to flip them over. They're going to come back to the land of dick.
Kenny.
Because
Yeah.
even the lesbians saying how pretty and handsome he is.
Our sponsors would like to say that Kenny Robinson.
We have no sponsors. That's a free. I'm like Donald Trump. I have no sponsors. I don't have to placate to anybody. A man with everything and a man with nothing both have nothing to be taken from.
You don't have to be filtered through nobody, so you say whatever you want to say, man.
Yes, that's it.
So how do you feel then, Kenny? So now we got a whole bunch of liberals, and the liberals always sort of like campaign from the left and rule from the right. So they have a long track record of breaking promises.
Exactly.
So
I've been married twice. I've broken promises and I've had promises broken.
You might be a closet liberal. But again, I got to say, praise the Lord and pass the smelling salts. Stephen Harper is
we got
gone.
rid of him. You know,
that MFer is gone.
And I was working the polling booths last night.
Yeah.
And you know, I noticed immigrants came out to vote. But the
nice.
immigrants in my writing are all Ukrainian, Russians, and Serbs and Croats. So when I'm doing the counting at the end of the night, every time I counted a Tory vote, right away I said, them's those Yugoslavs who don't like Muslims. Them's the ones that voted her. You know, so I said those ones. You know, but didn't have anybody with their face covered, and we were trained on what to do with it.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to say, take that off, you know. The bottom line is, if they got it covered...
Can I see the color of your eyes, what you say?
Give me 2 pieces of ID that says you live here, and you take an oath, and after that, it's your bad.
But look, here's the thing, and I've done that gig too, as a deputy returning officer, Kenny, and here's the thing that's a bit problematic. So I, as somebody who's done the gig, should have known better, but I got there, I thought I had part of it in me. I have my passport, which they don't take. I got my health card, which they don't take.
No
I have
address.
a whole bunch of things that they didn't take, because they didn't have my address. Luckily, I was not far from home, went back and I got a letter from utilities with my address, and they took that.
Please, Mr. Joseph, pay this amount, or we will have to
Yeah,
shut
yeah,
down the
yeah,
lights.
I
But even this, I can
finger.
vote. It'll be in the dark.
I had
can
my
vote.
finger over the number, so they couldn't know my business. So yeah, but how do you take just a letter from a utility and not my passport and so on?
Because the utility says you live in that writing. See, what I can't understand is like stateside, if your ass ain't on that register when you walk in, you can't pull out a letter or a driver's license. You get turned away. So I think Canada bends over to let people vote.
And hey, what was your experience? Because with me, I don't use the term as often, but there were a lot of old people on my watch.
Them people came, you know what? They were beautiful.
Working with me and also coming in.
Well, it was a pretty middle-aged, younger crowd with me. I worked with a woman all night long. Didn't know I was sitting next to a Tory. Didn't smell like one. Didn't try to take anything from me with less. I had no idea that's what she was till the end of the night. But what I was noticing is the old people were making it up the stairs. They were making the elevator. Used to be a car dealer in Winnipeg, Terry Balkan. He used to have a push, tow, drag, or pull car trade-in. And that's how these old people were coming in to vote. There was old people holding on to other old people, so between the two of them, they had two legs. They had one old person pushing another old person sitting in a walker.
Shit.
Not even a wheelchair, a walker.
They could go in for that three-legged race.
Man, you hear,
No, damn, no.
he was breathing and wheezing. And I says, well, you know, who's gonna try and get some more senior homes built? Well, didn't Justin promise that? You know, so you gotta make them promises, get the old people up there.
Yeah, they vote, and I got to say I'm waiting to see what the percentages are.
Because my attitude was I didn't see too many young people till later, and I was like, oh, I guess you hipsters can't vote because your skinny jeans won't let your ass walk up the stairs. They too tight. But for the most part, it was the older people that were making it up those stairs and the
But when I saw Kenny that 3-point-something million people voted in the early ballots.
Yeah.
I said, wow, that doesn't bode well for the incumbent. And one had the inkling that Stephen Harper was underscared. Of course, he didn't let any of his members debate
that
anything.
Was a strategy.
Keep away. He
Comment
hired that
on
right-wing
nothing.
guy from Australia, brought him in. But you know when I knew it was desperate is when he went to Etobicoke for the Ford brothers.
Well,
You are
I
going
love the way
out-
how he tried not to mention the Fords while he's
Dig,
standing
dig.
between Fords. You know,
And
then
I heard,
finally-
I heard they made a concerted effort not to have Rob be in pictures with him. And you notice that we didn't see anyone. The only photograph I saw is the one.
Well, I
that
saw
Rob
him
Ford
with Rob and
tweeted. Yeah,
Doug on
that
the
was
last
Rob.
day.
That was Rob tweeted it too.
And that was on the last day saying, look, if we're going to try and get any of these people, we better show that we still care about him, you know. But that shows you how desperate it was. It's like that last call you make at 3 a.m. booty call.
Yeah, yeah. You still remember? Yeah.
Remember that time? I forget. Hey, baby, did I wake you? I forgive you for that STD you gave me. Can I come over?
But it didn't work. It didn't work. Fortunately, it did not work.
And you know, and the whole thing, Harper banged the drums of hatred like nobody I've seen
man.
since Governor Wallace.
It was bad. It was bad.
And like I was about to say, I didn't have anybody with their faces covered, but I had two people. I won't tell you who I think they voted for, but one was saying, "You're," and I said, "Can I see your picture ID?" It says, "You're lucky I don't have my face covered because that's what you have to do to vote now." And I said, "Well, you have to have a phone card."
You ain't biting on that shit.
No, but because what am I going to do? Get in an argument with somebody?
Yeah,
at the
no,
gig?
Nanette.
You know, so I'm sitting there, so I'm saying, well, if you had, they want to come here, and if they're going to be Canadians, and I could look in her eyes and see she was demented, And then there's a younger cat that was probably going to go yell Argos at the TV set while the ball game was on. He was going off on me about how, about face coverings and burqas. And so all I can do is say I hope those two woke up this morning and enjoyed their cold shit sandwich.
Well, that was clearly a ploy that Harper tried, that of course Rob Ford was the boss at, where you maintain your base. Right?
Yeah.
And he was clearly playing to his base so that he can have that whatever percentage now. And
Ford's base is immigrants, though.
yeah, but Ford was able to. I mean, there's nothing Rob Ford could do that his base would erode.
No.
Harper clearly was going after his base with that whole anti-Muslim thing and a whole bunch of other things.
Do you think
Mulcair never went after his base.
Think he went against his away from lost any of his base?
No.
With
what
I think he did is he woke up everybody else that would have sat on the sidelines.
Those liberals, for instance, who voted for PC at different times, and so on.
Or those that wouldn't have voted at all.
And exactly. Those who wouldn't have voted for all. And when you see that 3-something million people voted before the votes, you say, well, they wanted to make. Those are people who a lot of them might not have voted because they're going to be out of town or whatever. But this
And
time
they said, "I'm going to
you know
make
what?
this." And you know what? Families came: mothers, fathers, daughters, sisters, brothers, husbands, and wives. People are voting for the very first time. So when people say, "Why should I vote?" It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change.
This time they made sure
I
everybody.
say the vote counts.
You're 18 plus. You got to go do your due.
You're a grown up.
And the other thing too, I think, Kenny, is that in my mind also, it seemed to me as if the ruling class had enough of Stephen Harper. I'll tell you why I think that. Andrew Coyne, who actually voted for the NDP and resigned as editorial head of the board of editorial at the National Post, he's still going to remain as a columnist, voted for NDP. He was invited to the Bilderberg conference. audience.
Okay.
Right, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
When they invite you, and then he came back and he started to. He was always a little bit critical of Harper. He started to bounce up the criticism of Harper. Then next thing I knew, other people started to right-wing columnists started to diss Harper. Then The Guardian started to say, what's going on with Harper? The New York Times, Esquire magazine, international media, the international media.
And John Oliver. Did you see that the other night?
Yep. So what we saw was the ruling class, the international ruling class, had sort of gotten, in my mind, enough of Harper, where he moved beyond the pale for even, I believe.
He beyond for he was a lighter shade of pale, a brighter shade of pale, and they couldn't have him anymore.
So yes, and then when he pulled that guy, that spin doctor from Australia, I forgot his name now, you knew that the desperation was in. So it looked to me as if he ramped up that whole anti-Muslim thing, so he was going for his base and hoping that there would be that split with the NDP and the thing. And what to say of Elizabeth May, who won the one seat again for the Greens? Shouldn't the Greens just say, you know what, I'm going to pack it in?
Because they have a different agenda. And unfortunately,
but you ain't going nowhere, Ken. It's like you're driving fast in a car on blocks.
But you don't have anybody deciding what radio you listen to. So you're all that car by yourself going nowhere. Anyway, folks, we're not going anywhere. We're just ending this segment. So anyway, this is Clifton Joseph. Where can people check you out? Your website, your
www.eglintontv.com. We're on 24/7. It's the internet TV station. Go check us out. We're right there.
All right, and I'm Kenny Robinson. We're on Smitty TV, breaking down the news, and check us out. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna talk about Lamar Odom. We're gonna talk about.
Well, we haven't even talked about the promises, though. I mean.
Well, the promises. Well, there'll be many. We'll talk about them when he breaks them. So anyway, stick around. We'll be right back with more breaking down the news.